So tonight I'm making the Cuccidati or fig cookie dough. So we're going to start by adding to the mixer a blend of flour, sugar, baking powder, and the zest of a lemon. We are going to add to the flour Crisco, shortening, lard, whatever you have. We're going to add vanilla, and we're going to add 4 eggs. And then as this starts to mix, we're going to add about a cup of milk. We are now seeing some nice granules. And you can see the dough is starting to come together. It's more of a shortbread dough. I think that would be a nice comparison. This time of the year with the heat on, the air is drier, and that definitely affects baking. But we don't want it to be a wet dough, but we need enough hydration to bring it all together. And you can tell we're just about there. When it sounds like that, when you're just about to burn the motor out, we know we're going to stop. Okay, so there's our cookie dough. So now that we have the dough on the surface of our board, we're just going to sort of press it together like you would a pie crust. This dough feels similar to that pie crust. We're not kneading it. We're not going to make it tough, as we'll roll this out as we need it later on. We are going to continue to make these all week because we have many, many pounds of these. So somewhere 250 fig cookies later, we'll be done on Christmas Eve. Maybe more than that, actually. So here's the dough, and if you could touch it there at home, you would feel how supple it is becoming. It's a very nice dough to work with. We will roll it out to about, I would say, 1/4 inch thick. We will pop that in the fridge, and the next thing we'll do is make the fig filling. All right. So a lot of my supplies this year for baking, and baking last year too, nuts.com. I'm not supported by them. This isn't sponsored by them, but I will tell you, I like their products. I like the figs. This is a bag of coconut. I'm snipping figs here. These are dates. They ship. If you spend $59, it ships free. If you're a new customer and you sign up, it ships free for $29. We always buy a lot of stuff from them. You can get baking supplies, dried fruits, fruit powders. This is coconut, I said. These are the figs, dates, raisins, ingredients for when I make fruit cakes. You can buy in bulk. You can buy a 1-pound bag, a 5-pound bag, depending on the product. But really very pleased with everything from them. These figs are so fresh. They're dried, but they're moist. They're quite fantastic. So check them out, nuts.com. So we're putting together our filling for the fig cookies. We're going to grind raisins and dates, figs. We're going to grind walnuts and sugar. We're going to add some liqueur, some mahia fig liqueur is one of my secret ingredients, made in Yonkers. Wonderful, wonderful fig and fennel infused liqueur from Morocco. That's 2 pounds of figs. Generous 1/2 cup of raisins. We're going to put about a cup of walnuts in and some dates. So usually I use the KitchenAid grinding attachment, but after not even 2 years, we had a part failure. So we're going to get in touch with KitchenAid tomorrow or Monday, this little piece snapped. So I tossed that other batch of figs and started over. So we're going to grind these up in the Cuccidati. And you can see our filling is starting to come together. We're going to macerate them in some rum and vanilla and some mahia, which is a fig liqueur. We have some of the liqueur at the bottom of this bowl. I'm going to stir that up. Have some vanilla in there. Now we're going to add the sugar. And this is just going to sit wrapped overnight. And the figs will rehydrate a bit. And then we'll cook this over a flame tomorrow to just make it dry enough. We don't want a wet filling in the cookie, but it will absorb all of the liqueur that we add in. And the alcohol content's going to cook out anyway, so don't worry about that. You'll have flavor, but no alcohol left over. All right, so we'll check back in the next step. Thanks, guys. So now we're going to roll this out to about a 3-inch section. Once it's rolled, the dough right now is cold, so we're letting it warm up a little bit as we work it. But this dough is flavored with orange zest, and has some great flavors that'll come through. We'll just trim it up just to make it a little bit more square. See? We squared it up a little bit. It's roughly 3 inches wide. And we're just taking rough teaspoons of filling and putting it on. And we're going to take and tuck this like this. And then after these are baked, they'll get a very light glaze of a lemon-infused icing. Rolling it over so that the seam ends up on the bottom. And it's okay that a little bit of fig is peeking out. And then we'll cut them at an angle like this. You'll see there's a nice amount of fig in between the dough. This is my favorite Christmas cookie. Robed in a light lemon glaze. So there's 3 levels of flavor in this cookie: the crust, the dough, the filling, and then the glaze.